Greetings, nerdlings. We're back for episode 23 of the Pickleball Pursuit podcast. I'm your host, Lewis. We're in spacesuits today. What is going on, Justin? What is going on, man?
If you hear a lot of wrinkling and crinkling, that's the sound of really creative marketing.
Yeah. Oh, man. How you been, bro? You been good?
Yeah, man. Been good.
Lots of changes. What's going on here, dude? Where are you?
I know.
In a hotel or?
No. I just been working on redoing my set, if you want to call it that. Call it my studio if I'm feeling really pretentious. But yeah, this is my new setup. So now we'll have to see if the people like it. You guys can comment if you think it's better or worse than just me lounging in my office chair.
It's terrible.
And if it's better,
nobody likes it.
Then the pressure's on Lewis to make his better.
Yeah, it literally, he showed me the frame, and I was like, oh, great. Now I have to completely redo my home office, which is just an absolute nightmare right now. But there's just so much crap in here. It's insane. But anyway, looks good, man. I like the etc. Sign in the back.
That might be cropped out of the podcast.
Well, yours is better than mine. That's the only time I'll ever say that. But anyway, well, you guys, I'm sure you know already, the Invader is the reason why we are wearing these spacesuits. Doug from Bread and Butter sent us these. Doug, thank you very much, man. And thanks for sending over the Invader, which I have been testing extensively over the past couple weeks, and Justin has right here. So, Justin, let's unbox this bad boy. You haven't opened it or seen it yet, have you?
No, I actually just got this. I'm not kidding, like 15 minutes ago. So
perfect timing for
I figured this is a perfect timing to do our first and probably only ever unboxing experience.
Yeah,
right?
don't get get excited, guys. This is once in a lifetime.
As usual, bread and butter with the packaging on point. Okay, it says we came here to destroy tennis. We came here to conquer your courts. Okay, let's open her up. Let's see what's in here.
Oh, baby. That looks good.
Warning you nerds. So they're in the right place. You know? Oh, a special letter. We'll save that. Some great tissue paper here. The designs are on point. Lots of green and purple. Oh, get to the goodies.
Rip it open, baby.
Oh, nice. A few stickers. Let's see. Boom.
Their stickers are actually really dope. I've had all of them have some right here
cool.
From some older pedals.
Designed in outer space.
Just some old classic.
These are cool, man.
BnB.
This and this koozie, I have a black one of this from whenever I bought the Filth. I bought the Filth a long time ago when initially launched it, and I still use this koozie all the time. So this will get added to the collection. Love that. Branded cover, and
I'm so
glad
they started adding covers in their pedals.
Yeah,
I know,
and I appreciate a specific cover. Also, you and I, we have so many paddles that sometimes if it's not branded enough or only on one side, you're like flipping around the paddle a bunch. Yeah. So this is nice that it's on both sides. Okay, boom. Okay, wait, before we get to the paddle, what's this? This must be some space sauce.
Did I get
some alien
sauce? Yeah, I did. Okay.
You haven't even tested it?
No, dude. I've just been playing pickleball.
Try it on the pod.
I haven't eaten since I got the Invader. Just been playing pickleball.
All right, let's see what this is. Bread and Butter Invader Flamin' Saucer. Jalapeno hot sauce.
Jalapeno.
This is nice. Yeah.
Green,
My
baby.
wife's probably going to eat all this, to be honest. She loves hot sauce.
Oh, yeah?
I'm going to have to let her try that. Oh, yeah. Okay. And for the main event. Boom!
Bam, baby. Look at that,
there
dude.
There she is.
What a cute alien.
Yeah. Nice on the time.
How gritty is yours? Is it gritty or is it fairly...
Pretty gritty. I would say it feels legal gritty, but gritty. Yeah. You know, not smooth at all. Feels nice.
Yep.
Awesome packaging as always. Like this is,
I know. It's the best.
Everyone knows if you've seen it before, you got to know Bread and Butter's best in the game at packaging for sure.
Yeah, it's not even close.
Yeah, it's not close. So
really?
That's their thing. Don't try to challenge them on it. And I got a note. I cheated. I read a little this earlier. It has the specs on it. And also, it says that that they promised to probe me gently. So apparently, I'm in for a gentle probing.
Joke's on
But
you. You don't like it gentle.
but here, actually, I'm gonna take this. I'll take this chance to read the specs since I don't know them off the top of my head, but they're right here. This says that the swing weights are between 116 and 118. The twist weight is 6.86, so almost 7 basically. It's a 5.3 inch handle. This is like feels like typical kind of hybrid shape handle length, like think Vatic Flash, Double Black Diamond, but longer than a J2K.
Yeah.
So the layup has, look, they even wrote on here, T700 carbon fiber and electroplated poly weave. I feel like that's, every time I see anyone say PET or electroplated poly, I feel like that's a nod to the podcast, right?
Yeah.
You know?
We did it. You did it.
And there is a layer of fiberglass for the extra pop. And I think this is a 4-layer construction, isn't it?
Yep,
Carbon fiber, fiberglass, carbon fiber, PET.
Yeah, so
Titanium.
Justin said that from bottom layer to top. So bottom T700, then a third layer of fiberglass, second layer of carbon fiber, and a top layer of titanium /
titanium.
PET.
Space titanium.
Yeah.
And this launches on the 29th, so just in a couple days. And I thought it was funny that the note here is dated, and it says 10/23/2069. Oh, man.
Boy. Oh,
I'm
man.
here for it.
Yeah, such a great paddle, such a good looking unboxing experience and whatnot. Always killing it. And
you can't say whatnot, dude. That's the Pickleball Studio.
Did I say whatnot?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, wow.
You said such a good unboxing and whatnot.
But anyway,
You've been watching too much.
Yeah, I've been. Yeah, dude's been roasting me lately. But anyway, I did roast him on Instagram when I said they didn't, they didn't promise. They didn't come out with their podcast that they promised they would come out with. But anyway, Invader is awesome. I have mine right here. Played with it in a tournament. Did I talk about this? About playing in a tournament with it?
I don't think so, because we've been off for 2 weeks, so
yeah.
I don't think we've been back.
Oh, you're
since,
right. Yeah, I have not been
tournament.
back since I played with this in a tournament. We're not going to talk about what happened in the tournament because you're just going to have to pay attention or stay tuned for episode 2 of Pursuit of 4-0 Gold, baby. So to kind of touch on this paddle, I will be dropping a review if it should be the day after this podcast or 2 days after this podcast of this. This comes out on the 29th of November, which is Black Friday. And it will be 161 after Code Pursuit. Don't want to give too much away of the review, but this is probably one I would not want to miss. I love this paddle. I'll just put it like that.
The shape.
Yeah.
Obviously, I haven't played with it, but I like the shape. There's no taper.
Yeah.
Good job, bread and butter. Good job.
Thank you. Thank God.
Yes, add in some stability. Nobody needs skinny bottom corners for no reason.
For anybody who doesn't know what a taper is, it's just the top of hybrid paddles were traditionally, I guess traditional is a bad word for it, but historically we've seen them, the top being a little bit wider than the bottom corner. So this has no taper because the top edge and the bottom edge are the same width. Yeah, this adds stability, forgiveness, and just a little bit, it just feels a little bit more solid and forgiving.
Yeah.
So,
yep, I agree.
Very good paddle. Stay tuned for the review.
I just noticed the handle's not squishy.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Okay, all right. Hey,
they didn't miss anything on this one, bro. This is
I haven't even played with it yet, and I'm already giving it, marks of praise. Smart shape, handles long enough. We didn't sacrifice stability for skinny bottom corners. The handle feels like it has the firm PU pallets, so the bevels are very crisp.
Very crisp.
It's the right circumference.
They did it, baby.
All right. I'm looking forward to this one.
Question:
I know
does yours have
really like it?
Any blemishes on the green weave of the titanium? They were saying there might be a few that have like slight.
I've seen that a lot with the the titanium or the PET or whatever, it's like where the metallic coating doesn't stick very well.
Yeah.
Just in spots.
Just so everybody knows, this will not in any
no.
way, shape, or form affect the playability of the paddle.
Right.
I actually think it looks good. I like the little sparkles and glimmers, even though it's not like perfectly uniform. But some people may not love that. I believe Doug believes that they should have fixed
this looks perfect
in production. But there may be a few that have just like minor, blemishes. But if that happens, don't worry about it. It's not gonna affect your playability. But yeah, they always have some funny stuff. I like how they put in quotations titanium.
That's what I was laughing about. It says titanium in quotes on the paddle.
It's so
also
good.
It says tennis destroyer on it. Yeah. Hilarious.
Very good.
That's awesome. But I can't wait to play with that one. Also, I love purple, as you guys know, so I'm looking forward to that.
One of the best looking paddles, not only just like design wise, but like the shape of it, I just feel like looks so good. This is really a clean, sleek looking paddle, and I'm just like blowing it up right now, just like so hard. But love this paddle. It's the best bread and butter paddle. So we'll stay tuned for the review. I love it. I can't wait for Justin to play with it. One of my models was very light. It was 111 swing weight. And
that seems to be the outlier, though.
Me likey, yeah. So it seems like 114 to 115 is probably going to be close to what the average is, which is still a perfectly good swing weight. But yours has a higher twist weight, so it's like you need less weight than mine was 6.54 twist weight, 111 swing weight. So I did need to add a little bit more weight. With the 115 model, you probably don't need to add quite as much tungsten weight. But anyway, so a kind of a similar paddle that we got a couple of weeks ago. It's a green titanium paddle. This one does not have any fiberglass implemented in it. I did notice a couple of blemishes, like as you can see kind of right here on mine. There's like one here. So that's something that's seems to be pretty common with titanium or PET weave paddles. So.
It is common. It's just more noticeable when the colors are brighter, honestly.
Yeah. But this paddle from Envy, the Catalyst, it's a 16 millimeter hybrid shape paddle. This one, I don't believe has a taper, but if it does, it is like 0.1 of an inch. It's very, very, it looks like it just barely. But anyway, great paddle, similar to the shape of the Invader, but doesn't feel like it has quite as much room on the neck taper, but still plenty for a comfortable second hand. A little bit more than the J2K or J2TI, and feels like a tiny bit less than the Loco. But it's a great paddle. We're going to test it out a little more. Hopefully, I'll get a promo code for this. I believe, what was the price on this? $126?
Sorry, I'm not sure.
Yeah.
I don't know. This is one of the ones I haven't gotten to yet. I did email a little bit with the owner. Super nice guy, and let him know, hey, I am looking forward to it. I just haven't had a chance yet.
Yeah. Mine came in at 112 swing weight, 6 point.
I can't remember mine. I think but I'm pretty sure it was low too, wasn't it? Didn't we talk about this?
A very promising paddle. I wanted to show you guys, Justin and I wanted to show you guys that we're could be like a really good value paddle on the market. Nothing. I played with it a decent amount, but not like a ton. But it's not a power paddle. It's just strictly like a lower all court leaning control hybrid shape paddle. But that fits 90% of the playing populations. Can
I just throw in a harebrained theory here?
Yeah, what you got, dude?
Just randomly, right in the middle.
In your space suit and beanie.
Yeah, come on, dude. I've been thinking about this actually for now. This is like the third season. I've been thinking about this. That if you watch what happens with paddle trends, which is kind of part of my job, is to keep up with it. Mm-hmm. That now that it's getting into winter, and the paddles it's getting colder, so essentially paddles are getting harder, also balls are getting harder. Watch what happens. Watch, the pendulum is probably going to swing to where people are going to get more and more interested in control paddles, because power paddles get increasingly hard to play with in the wintertime.
Yeah.
And I noticed this last winter. And so by like the end of winter coming into spring, it's like that has gathered some momentum. So then like control, or maybe like lower all court paddles, are like all the rage, and then all the companies want to release that. And then it starts warming up, and then people start playing in the warmer weather, and they're like, I can't hit the ball at all, it's freaking marshmallow. Then power paddles pick up a bunch of momentum, and then by the time it like fall comes around, power paddles are like the hot shit, right? But then now it's getting colder again. So anyway, all I have to say is just a harebrained theory to keep an eye on now as it's cooling off, because we've been in the season of power paddles. I won't be surprised if we start like hearing more from the market wanting, let's say, like all court paddles or control paddles, or start being like, you know what, I actually play way better with this, I need to go back to it.
You know what,
I'm too trash for a power paddle.
Kind of suck with the gearbox. Can't really reset anything. Well, yeah, so I wonder, that's interesting. I'll pay attention to that. But yeah, speaking of it being cool, the weather's cooling down. It's Thanksgiving, man. What are you thankful for, dude? What are you thankful for this year?
Oh man, you put this on the notes and I still didn't think of anything to say.
Are you kidding me? You're not thankful for me?
Dude,
your pickleball husband, dude. Come on.
My pickleball wife. Now we can be husbands. We can both be husbands. It's fine. No, but seriously, no, you were jokingly saying that, but actually, like this podcast and like what you and I have been able to do. We're on the up, bro. Big things coming, bro.
Big things coming, bro. Big things coming, bro.
But no, seriously, we've been doing the podcast now for what, almost 7 months, we said.
Yeah.
And it's like we were saying, and only half joking, we'll see if we stick with it. We'll see if we make it past 5 episodes or whatever. Yeah. And here we are, 23 episodes deep, and I don't feel like stopping. So it's actually been a lot of fun. It's opened up some opportunities for both of us, professionally and, just personally for fun. So it's been awesome. In 2024, I guess I've been thankful for, just kind of growing and developing. Because alongside doing the podcast, of course, I've, kind of grown and established my own business, in a way, which has been, very satisfying and fulfilling and difficult in all the right ways. So
hell yeah, dude. Yeah. Hell yeah. I'm clearly very thankful for this podcast. I'm very thankful for all the viewers. I said this like for the first 12 podcasts. I was like, it is a miracle to me that more than 12 people watch this. It's kind of crazy to believe. But, the more we do this, the more I realize, okay, like actually we do offer like a few like nuggets of information that sometimes are valuable to people. So I guess it makes a little sense that people watch, but still kind of baffles me to this point. But very thankful for this podcast. Very thankful for you. Very thankful for pickleball. Very thankful that my wife wanted to play pickleball, because had she not done that, I probably would be just playing golf and just like being bored on the golf course for 3.5 hours. Forgetting.
My secret plan is to get your wife to convince my wife to start playing pickleball.
Yeah, that'd be phenomenal. Then we could have, and we both get them to fake 4.0 levels. I'll play with your wife, you play with my, because like we know we can't play with each other's wives. We can't play with our wives. That'd be the worst thing ever. But yeah, great idea. That needs to happen. But yeah, I'm also thankful for my family. Thankful for this year has been great. And I've been busy, so it's just been like a easy, I hate to say it, but like it's just been an easy year. Like I haven't had anything to struggle.
Hate to say that, man.
Yeah, But yeah, life is really, really good right now, and I'm very happy about that. So that's lots of things to be thankful for. Hope everybody has a happy Thanksgiving. Enjoy it. Enjoy it with your family, friends, whomever you do spend it with. It's probably my favorite holiday, actually.
Really?
Shockingly. Yeah. It's fun, man. I'm a very family-oriented person. Love getting together with everybody. It's just a good time. Good hang, man. Well, sweet. Yeah, guys, we're gonna move on to our newest segment, net gains. And this week's topic is something that I've been really focusing on. So much so that I wrote the kind of the acronym on my paddle, which is 1 point at a time. Let's see if I can get this to focus. There we go. 1PAT. I didn't put the second A because I felt like it would look weird and it just would bother me.
Did you write it on the tungsten?
Yeah, I wrote it on the tungsten. Yeah,
That's
with a
funny.
paint pen. But 1 point at a time. So there is this idea or a mantra, if you will, that helps you hone in to the only thing that matters, which is 1 point.
Yeah.
You cannot think about, the last point, especially you cannot think of the last point, especially if there was like a mistake or something like that. You need to be focused on the task that is ahead of you right now. And this helped me tremendously in my last tournament. I felt like last tournament I had the absolute most mental clarity, the most confidence that I've ever had. And I felt like I played pretty damn good. And that 100%, just seeing that written on my paddle, and any time that a mistake would happen, or even when like something good was happening, I would be like, okay, 1 point at a time, 1 point at a time, focus on the next one, because not getting complacent is very important, just as important as also when you make a mistake, getting back to a good mental state and continuing to move forward. But I know you probably have quite a bit of thoughts on this as well, because this is actually a little bit from the Pickleball Mindset book that you got us, which I'll link in the description. I forgot to do that last week, but it's a good book, and I would highly recommend it. If I read it, it has to be pretty decent. So, Justin, man, 1 point at a time. What does that kind of mean to you, and how you use that for your game?
Yeah. In general, I mean, I think I try to live in the present
Mm-hmm.
always, in and out of pickleball, period. So, I mean, that's essentially what it is, right? Because you can't change the past and the future doesn't even exist. So, don't waste your time thinking about either of those things. All you can really do is think about the present. So, actually, I'm not going to talk about the book. There's another thing. I don't know if I've told you this before, but this is something that stuck with me for a long time. Roger Federer from tennis, he said this, I probably heard this 15, 20 years ago. He had something called his 15-second rule.
Mm-hmm.
And essentially what his 15-second rule is, after every point, he would take 5 seconds to feel the emotion of the point, because emotions are real. You can't just bottle them up. So if he hit a bad shot or whatever, he would take 5 seconds to feel mad or frustrated. Or if he hit a great shot, he would take 5 seconds to feel pumped about it. But after that 5 seconds is over, 5 seconds to feel the emotion, 5 seconds to just breathe deep and clear your mind, and then 5 seconds to consider your strategy for your next point, and then you roll into your next point. So that's a way to acknowledge the present in the first 5 seconds when you feel your real feelings. Take some deep breaths, mentally reset, and then move on to the next 1 point at a time, the next moment, by taking 5 seconds to think of a quick strategy. Or you don't even have to think of a new strategy. It's just remind yourself, and in pickleball, that could be, you often have team strategies. Oh, we're playing soft against this team, or return to their backhand, or whatever your little thing may be that you're keeping up with your partner in the match. So, 5 seconds to feel, 5 seconds to relax, 5 seconds for strategy, move on. So that's Roger Federer's 15-second rule, and I think it's awesome. It's actually hard for me to keep up with. I often forget, and I end up taking 15 seconds to feel the emotion, and then be like, oh, crap, I'm serving again.
Yeah.
But I feel like whenever I can get on top of that, it's a good way to, like I said, acknowledge the point that you just finished as part of your present, and then move on. And then, like what you did, writing on the side of your paddle, that's called a grounding exercise. You see pros, and all sports do this. They do all kinds of different little rituals. On pickleball, a lot of the pros walk back and tap the back wall in between every point with their paddle. And they probably say the same little mantra to themselves too. It's just a grounding exercise. You build that pathway in your brain, and it's like hitting a little reset button. So you, clear everything, reset, next point.
Yeah.
So There's no argument from anyone that that's the best way to perform the best, is to be as much in the present as you can be, usually to think as little as possible and be on autopilot and/or flow state, if you want to call it that, and just be in the moment. So, yeah, I'm
Yeah.
all for that. I mean, of course, it's something that you actively have to try to do because our brains naturally get caught up. You feel your emotions. You get caught up trying to problem solve points that are already done. It's pointless, But yeah, if you're able to kind of harness that and control your mind is a powerful thing, and it'll set you up for success.
Yeah. Yeah, and you said this kind of last episode, especially in tournaments, like it is not the time to develop a new skill or a new strategy. It is the time to stay focused and rely on what you already have in that moment and not try to create things that are outside of your, outside of your comfort zone or outside of your abilities. So this one point at a time kind of mindset it's like truly is a good way to just stay present and locked in, even if it's just for 5 seconds, just to get you back to where you need to be and then start playing. I definitely felt that it was very helpful in maintaining focus and maintaining a positive mindset going forward. Never once did I get mad playing in the last tournament, which is shocking. I know you've seen me always been like, God damn it, just like shit. Like I said,
maybe throw a paddle here and there.
Yeah, just a light toss into the padded wall. Nothing that's gonna hurt my paddle, just to get it out. But yeah, definitely think that's something. If you feel like you struggle staying focused in competitive play, or you just need a little bit, something to keep you, away from those negative, I guess, slip and slide, if you will, where you just, once you start on those negative thoughts, you just go. So try something like that. It doesn't have to be one point at a time. It could be something that's taking a couple deep breaths, or, trying to think of your feet, touching the ground or looking at the ball.
Just stare at the ball.
Yeah, stare at the ball. But anyway,
that is seriously one of my grounding exercises, though.
Yeah,
for real.
Yeah, I make fun of Justin, for saying that. But like, if that is what works for you, you need to do that. And there's no thing that is considered stupid if it works for you.
Right.
Pickleball is probably not nearly as ritualistic as a sport as like baseball or golf or, some other stuff. But you watch baseball or you watch golf, they do some of the craziest stuff beforehand, But anyway, so yeah, that is this week's Net Gains. So yeah, if you guys have any questions or topics that you want covered in this, just let us know. Or if there's anything that helps you with your improvement, we'd love to hear that. We'd like our comment section to be a community that, has a lot of people just chatting back and forth. And we see that a lot, actually, which is really cool. So
we try to respond.
Yeah, we do try to respond to anything that is,
some of them,
yeah, we can't respond to everyone, but we probably could, but that would take a lot of time. So we're gonna move on to everybody's done this, like literally everybody. Everybody's, what are the best Black Friday deals? Here's all the Black Friday deals. Justin and we're gonna cut all that real short, and we're just gonna give the best Black Friday deal. Or
our
two.
favorite, at least.
Yeah, our favorite, and what we think is like, this is the one or the two that you should absolutely not miss out on. So, Justin, I'll let you go first, man. What's the best Black Friday, Cyber Monday deal for you?
Okay, so like Lewis said, if you want an exhaustive list, go watch one of the other podcasts. Like basically everyone did it, so we don't want to beat that horse. But this is one of my personal favorites. My other personal favorite is the one that we share, and I'll let you show. But boom. This is probably not surprising. As you guys know, I'm really liking a lot of the Neonic paddles lately. And this is the Neonic Flow Prime X. It actually just launched on the 19th of this month. 2 different colors. This is the same paddle. You can get this cyan colorway or the rose gold, which is, this one's really nice. This one's fresh and pristine. And anyway, these paddles are $100 right now.
Yeah,
$100. That's it.
Stupid good deal.
Yeah, and this is like nothing short of a premium paddle. So this is it's the flow shape is their hybrid long handle shape. This handle's amazing. And it has a softer 6mm cell polypropylene core, and it has fiberglass in the layup. So it's got some good pop, but also a soft feel. So this is we talked about this actually. This has been a bit of a trend. Softer feeling paddles that still pack a punch.
Yeah.
And yeah, great spin, great looks, of course, and only $100, which is like insanely good. So, we all know the paddles from the big brands that cost $250 or whatever. And this is, like I said, every bit as good performance wise for $100.
Yep.
Now, if you go to the site, I think it's listed at like $112. You just can use Lewis's code, and that makes it $100.
Yeah.
So
should be Pursuit 10 stackable with those.
Neonic Flow Prime X, gradient edge guards. This is my I'll say tied for number one for my favorite.
Just cute paddles.
This is just a nice little touch, matching little gradient, covers and on both sides. So,
yep, Neonic's killing it. We say this every freaking podcast. I literally say
they've been
that
crushing
verbatim. it. But anyway, so I have. I'm gonna do my runner up because I'm just gonna be extra. But it's the J2 Ti. Or K. Oh, wait. I got the K. Damn it. Shit. Anyway. Just pretend like this is the J2 Ti. So the J2K and the J2 Ti are both going to be 10% off. And you can use code PURSUIT10 for the J2 Ti. Or just code PURSUIT for the J2K, the Kevlar paddles, and that'll bring another 10% off, which brings it down to $125 for, in my opinion, the best all-around paddle currently on the market. So J2 Ti, J2K, $125 is a steal for that paddle.
Yeah, those are paddle of the year candidates for sure.
Yeah. So I would not miss out on that deal if you are somebody who's been looking at potentially the J2 Ti or J2K because they are very, very good and an excellent price. So, and number one, like this is, I think you were going to pick this as well.
I said that this is probably, I would say that the Neonic Flow Prime X and what you're about to say is tied for me. I couldn't decide which one. They're both incredible deals. So
this is
let's call this one our number one.
In my opinion, the best deal maybe ever in pickleball.
Wow.
Which is the Monarch All Court, which is $95 after you stack code PURSUIT10 to it. So this is, if you are a person who enjoys standard shape or wide body paddles and you have not tried this paddle, you just want something that has a little bit more power and pop than your traditional wide body or standard shape paddle. This paddle is ridiculously good. And for $95, that is a absolute stupid good deal. So it is insane that they're letting this go for that cheap. So 11,624, Monarch All Court, potentially the best wide body.
I think 14 and 16 millimeter options. So you kind of have your
the 14...
more poppy, lighter, more maneuverable 14 millimeter option, and then your 16 millimeter option.
No.
That's good pop.
Just no, you're right. I was going to say I thought the 14 millimeter was sold out, but it's actually just a colorway of the 16 that was sold out.
Oh, okay.
So yeah. $95.
Anyway, any variation of that paddle is a good deal for under $100.
And isn't the Jelly Bean like $65 as well?
Not sure if it still is. I think that was the deal that happened on 11/6/24, November 6th.
But anyway,
it's still a good deal. I mean, that paddle's a good deal at full price.
100%.
So
couldn't agree.
But for me, the Monarch All Court, $95. That's you're saving $5 more than $100, and then this paddle for $100. I think that the performance is pretty equal, but different. It depends on what you're looking for.
Yeah.
So
for sure.
Incredible deals.
All right, lots of good paddles on sale. If you're wondering what some other good deals are, I would check out probably Chris from Pickleball Studio. Probably has the most in-depth one. Maybe John Keefe.
Yeah, I
right?
think John Q and I think actually John and Braden.
I
John
missed
Q and
Braden's
Braden Pickleball
podcast.
Effect.
Haven't
I
watched
know
this
they not
week's.
only did on their podcast, but I'm pretty sure they have like links on their site that
Yeah.
have it
Okay.
listed,
Yeah.
so you
Yeah.
can just go
Yeah.
look.
Yeah. So if you're looking
So,
to see what every single one is out there, I would check out John Q, Braden from Pickleball Effect, and Chris from Pickleball Studio. They've all done
of course,
extensive, lists. But anyway, all right, you ready for this, man?
yeah.
New
What?
week, new main, baby. It is
Oh,
time for everyone's
there's a lot of
favorite
crinkling.
segment. All right,
This is everyone's favorite segment.
yeah. I mean, everybody who likes to see me jump around and be a total indecisive psychopath.
All right, you want me to go first?
Yeah, you go first, baby.
Because mine is, it's a little bit anticlimactic. Okay, Neonic Flare Climax has been my main for a while.
Mm-hmm.
This is still probably the main, but I still have my mystery paddle that I can't reveal, and I've been playing with both these, and I can't decide. So potentially have a tournament coming up, and I honestly don't know which one I'm playing with.
Oh, baby.
So there's some spice, but it might just be the Flare Prime X, which is just like, of course it's a great paddle, but also it's just like a perfect fit for my preferences, which I've said so many times.
Yeah.
So it's hard for me to go away from, to be honest.
Yeah, that also, the Flare Prime X is up there, in my opinion, for paddle of the year. Although I wouldn't consider it a wide body, I would consider it a standard shape paddle, and I'm going to designate those. I think it is one of the best standard shape paddles on the market. So, have you changed anything? I know last time you added like the edge guard and a little bit of a.
No, I've been liking this actually. Yeah.
Yeah.
So for the weighting, I have tungsten tape underneath here from basically here to here. And then I have some Bodhi edge tape, which adds a little protection, but it also adds a little bit of weight, like 0.2 grams per inch. And it's all the way around from corner to corner. Looks nice and adds just like kind of the right amount of weight spread out over the whole head, which is what I was looking for. And I've been enjoying it. It's still a very light paddle, by the way. This is only like 113 swing weight, even with all this weight, and it's like 7.6 or something twist weight, and maybe like 8.3 or 8.4 ounces. So still very fast and light.
Yeah. One thing that you kind of got me onto recently is using the lower weighted tape in a larger surface area, more perimeter weighting or more spread out perimeter weighting, which I actually really liked and also implemented that on the Flare Prime X, which was my previous main. Because
oh, really? Okay. You got some news to
new
break?
week, new main, baby! If you did not, if you didn't guess from the beginning of the podcast, it is the bread and butter.
I didn't even know this.
Baby. This is it. The new main of Pickleball Pursuit. The biggest trust issue paddle reviewer in all of Pickleball is the bread and butter Invader. Absolutely love this paddle. I mean, it is so good. And this, I don't want to spoil too much from the review. This paddle is not doing anything that nobody has done before, but it's doing a lot of things together that make it such a really enjoyable paddle. So played with this in the tournament, loved playing with it. I have the Overgrip one, obviously, from Udrippin, which is an awesome, highly recommend these grips. If you haven't tried them out, they're really good. These and Bodhi grips are my two top grips at the moment. So I think I did 9 inches of half a gram per inch tungsten tape on the edge. And then I did 12 grams of lead in the handle. So
to be clear, this is your one that started out really light, though, right?
Yeah, this is one with all of the modification. This is 115 swing weight and 7.4 twist weight. So a very good balance of stability and maneuverability. So even though this paddle is not head heavy, I am just somebody who lately has really liked putting weight in the handle. I just enjoy how it feels. I enjoy a paddle that has a little bit more static weight because it just does help with the overall feel and slightly increases your paddle stability and plow through. So, new week, new main, baby. Bread and butter. Finally, they got me. They got me good. I've liked all of their paddles, but
I
this
feel
one,
like they got me good
Jesus.
too because I'm sweating
Yeah.
in this suit.
Well, this is pretty much a sauna suit.
Not to mention, sorry viewers, I feel like I've been so crinkly. Like it's just so much crinkling happened this whole episode. So,
Crinkle Town,
if
baby.
you hate it, blame bread and butter.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding. This is pretty cool, actually.
Give Doug a call.
Cool.
He won't give a shit.
I wonder what I'm going to be for Halloween next year.
Me too.
You know what I mean? Honestly.
Or for the rest of time.
For the rest of the time, exactly.
Yeah, thanks for the free Halloween suit, Doug.
Suckers.
Appreciate that, bro. All right. Well, let's move on to... This is something that I've kind of wanted to talk about more. We talked about this right after our... whenever we came down in September, whenever we had the news break that Yola is crushing their cores, basically. So they are compressing their cores, putting in a thicker polypropylene core than what the mold allows, and when they press it, it becomes, the actual thickness that it should be.
Core crushed.
Yeah, so it becomes core crushed. It's literally corrupted. So my question is, do you think that crushed cores or, compressed cores should be outlawed, whether it be from UPA or USAP, now that we have two governing bodies who do testing?
You mean in tournament play specifically?
Yes, correct. Yeah.
Yeah. I think the challenge, here's my non-answer as I do. The challenge would be testing for it, right?
Yeah.
I mean, we all know, dude. You can hear it. It crinkles when you press the face. But all someone has to say is, no, it's not broken. And if you don't have a definitive test, so essentially an X-ray or an ultrasound or something like that, a non-destructive definitive test, then how would you police it?
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, when you press it like this, if you're pressing with your fingers here, if it crinkles, that's like a dead giveaway.
Yeah.
Right. So that could be a test that they could put in the rules and say, faces are not supposed to be compressible. So if you can compress any part of this face and it makes a crinkling noise, then illegal. Okay. So I didn't even answer the question though. Do I think they should be illegal?
In the manufacturing process, should it be outlawed that you cannot compress a polypropylene core in your paddles construction?
Oh, you mean like...
Yeah. Yeah, not like a core crush paddle.
Dude, I don't know that it's can be illegal or outlawed, but it's just like immediate bad PR, right?
Oh, horrible.
And so you would hope that...
well, you would think that.
News...
But Jesus, dude. I mean, you probably went to the PPA. If there were... I bet you there was a mod on every court.
Yeah, it was crazy. Yeah, it was a lot of mods, and especially as you got like up in the higher ranks, like the 5.0 bracket was just like pure mods and paddle techs, which good for paddle tech, by the way, for making something that can compete kind of without, making something that damages or breaks.
Yeah.
Paddle techs have their own issues, but yeah, I mean, it's not that crazy because the ref already has to do a test like this. So what if they just added a test where the ref, pushes in with their thumbs or their fingers or whatever, and if it crackles, they say nope. In the same way that they would say nope if they did this. And at the bigger tournaments, it isn't a ref on every court, but you get your like little sticker on your paddle early on. So that could be part of the testing. I don't see why not. I mean, I think it's the only thing that might kind of suck is if it truly is someone who has one paddle because they can afford one paddle. And that paddle's broken, and they have no idea about it. They just like to play pickleball. They came to the tournament, and then someone's like, "Oh, you can't play. Your paddle's broken." And they're like, "What? I've been playing with this paddle for a year." You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then that person doesn't necessarily have the means to just have another paddle, and then so it's a slippery slope. I think I lean towards no, it shouldn't be illegal. However, it's crazy to me that companies that do it intentionally aren't like more vilified,
Yeah.
even than they are now.
Yeah. It's
So 'cause
truly
it's just
insane.
bad business practice. And like I'm just not convinced that there that any real like large company engineers are too dumb to have known what was going on, because you know obviously I've been involved from the other side, and even as a small fry, you know enough to know. So
Yeah.
yeah.
So, two questions. Do you think it's
Okay.
just the fact that they know that the life cycle of their product is not going to outlive the amount of warranties that are going to be put in to replace these broken paddles, and
Right.
therefore it's not going to come out of their pocket and eat into their profits?
Well, if you charge 250, 260, 280 for a paddle, you can sure afford to warranty it a couple times and still make a ton of profit.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because you can definitely afford to give somebody 3 paddles for $280 and still come out with a lot of money on the other side.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
Now, I'm not saying any of that is happening. I gotta couch everything I say here.
Yeah, you're not saying that. I
But
am.
yeah, you're right. Like business decision wise, there's two aspects. There's a large percentage of people who like them, choose to play with them, and take advantage of broken paddles, right?
Yeah.
So of course they sell well. So of course the company keeps selling things that sells well. And the other part is exactly what you said, product life cycle. Like new models for paddles come out, at the latest like once every year, but really usually more often than that. So if there's a problem with a certain model or batch, a lot, maybe companies are gonna be like, whatever, like we'll just fix it in the next iteration, and just keep selling the inventory of this one anyway, and then do something different next time, which is going to be in 4 months anyway, or 6 months,
Yeah.
So
Yeah. All right. My second question is: have you? And it sounds like we're going after like only Yola, but any company, in my personal opinion, who compresses their cores intentionally in the construction,
it's not only Yola.
yeah, there's other
It's just the
people.
one that's popular.
Yeah, but the key, like the most prevalent, offender is obviously the mods. Have you seen anybody or heard of anybody who's had a mod for longer than a couple months not break it? Because I
You
haven't.
said months. I was
Yeah.
going to say I haven't heard anybody who's had it longer than a couple weeks
Yeah, I've
without
never heard of anybody.
crunching. It starts to sound different. It starts crunching. Yeah, dude. Honestly, like, to be fair, there's only maybe 5 in my local area, and multiple of those have been warranted, or people just bought new ones.
Yeah.
And of those 5, 5 out of 5 were broken within weeks, and subsequent either warranty paddles or new mods bought were also broken.
Yeah.
To Yola's credit, like their newest model, the 3S, from what I've seen personally, I haven't seen nearly as many issues with. So maybe they are moving past it and they're just like selling through the inventory of mods, or maybe, I don't know. But so I just want to say that 3S, I feel like, is actually solid. It's still a very powerful paddle, but the manufacturing defects seem to have been at least mostly cleared up, or a good bit.
That's what they say.
So
That's what they say.
no, but I mean, honestly, like I see a lot of 3S's and not a
Yeah,
lot
no.
are broken.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. But I mean, there still could be some form of, it may not be exactly what they tell us in terms of their construction. But to your point, yes, there definitely seems to be much more longevity and just lack of defects with the 3S series, which is only a UPA approved paddle. So, you can only play with it in rec play or PPA tournaments. But, so yeah, one of my friends, I mean, Eddie, I'm pretty sure he has gone through 2 already mods.
Yeah, I mean, whenever I saw him last time, which was months ago, he was on his second one that was already broken after 2 weeks.
Oh, well, then maybe it's 3 because he got a new one since then. Jesus.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, he was saying that the 14 seemed to last a little longer than the 16, but it still ended up breaking.
Interesting. Well, yeah, I definitely think that this needs to be addressed in the, somehow, some way, whether it be from, community backlash or just
But maybe it is. Like I said, maybe we'll see them move past this. And other brands are also doing it, not like trying to call anybody out.
Yeah.
But, what's funny is I think that initially brands were doing it on accident. And then now, funny enough, I've seen a couple dip their toes back in and start doing it on purpose, like to kind of see that after they see the success of the mod.
Yeah.
It's just crazy.
Jesus.
So,
well, we'll move past this. We've kind of beaten the horse, and it's been dead for a while. But we're going to move on to everyone's actual favorite segment, which is NERDTOWN, baby. So, Justin, come on, man. Take us to NERDTOWN. We're ready.
all aboard!
Let's go. Choo-choo. Come on.
Oh, what's the topic?
Oh.
give me a topic.
The topic is, all right, we
just
talked
off the dome. Let's go.
We touched, oh, dude, he's in flow state. Let's go. Why are more and more paddles coming in at lower weights than 8 ounces? We see in the past, we would see 8 to 8.2 be like the target and most common ranges, but now we're seeing 7.8, 7.7, 7.6, even 7.5s in some cases. And it's becoming a very prevalent trend. So why don't you talk about maybe why that is, what could be the benefits? Just be a nerd, man. Come
on. I think, all right, there's a couple things at play. Let's tackle them. Number one, I just want to say that the paddle techs always were light. Since way back when. That's just because of their construction of the lighter grade of polypropylene. They're thin and they're Gen 1, so they don't have foam. They've always been light. It's not new for them to be light. However, it is new for them to be popular. So it's getting more recognition that, wow, look at all these paddles that are coming in at 7.5, 7.7 ounces, the paddle techs, I mean.
Yeah.
So that's its own thing. So they're not following a trend or anything. That's just paddle techs construction, which, as we know, is a little different than everybody else's. Now, when it comes to other paddles that are coming in light, and these are like thermoform paddles and everything, I think there's a few things at play, like I said. Number one, the thermoforming process across multiple factories has been refined. It's gotten a lot better. Factories are able to do it using less material now. So that makes the paddle a little bit lighter, which is a good thing because that's a request that the brands give the factories because the customers give the brands, whenever they have a heavy paddle. There has been an increase in consumer awareness of paddles maneuverability. So people understand what swing weight is now, and they would like for it to be listed on the website, and they would generally like for it to be a low number. Right? So that leads us to the big point, and the big motivator is you can always add weight, but you can never take weight away. Right? So brands have seen this because consumers say they're going to add lead tape anyway, right? Especially, us nerds. Yeah. And that's what I was going to say with the consumer knowledge. Not only now do people know what swing weight is, but people know what lead tape is. They even know what tungsten tape is. And they even, most of the time, understand how to add weight to a paddle and how it changes it. Just 6 months ago, a year ago, this was like not common knowledge. This would have been like a commonly asked question. Oh, what's that on your paddle? If you had like tape. Like, what's that? What's the point of that? What does that do? Before people just added edge tape to protect their plastic edge guard, not even realizing that was adding weight as well. I mean, I'm not talking about like the super enthusiasts we've known for a while, but I'm talking about the market in general. So because the market in general is picking up on these things and kind of nerding out in the ways that we do, the companies are catering to that, smartly so. So you see companies like Chorus is the one that comes to mind because they just had big release, and Matt specifically, the owner, said that, I said they just had a big release, it's actually about to happen, but for the Fires, he intentionally made them very light. So those paddles are all under 8 ounces with the expressed purpose of people customizing with weight to their preference. So much so that in the box, when you order a Fire, it comes with a little card that has suggested places to add weight on the paddle. Like, it basically has a picture of a paddle face, and it tells you the different areas you can add weight and what it will and won't accomplish.
That was a great little addition, by the way. I thought it explained it very well to people who are not as, knowledgeable in that. Yeah, so great job, Matt, for that.
Yeah, and that's what it's for, because for you and I, we don't need that card. And for most people, like, if you know, you know. If you know what the lead tape does or tungsten tape does and where it goes and what the different things do, then cool. That card, it doesn't really matter. But if you don't know, then it's super valuable, right? Because it's a quick way to get a lot of information. So all that to say is, I think that you're seeing more brands release low-weight paddles as a direct response to the general market of consumers becoming more knowledgeable about paddle customization, and also the general market prioritizing maneuverability a lot more than ever before. And maybe to a fault at times, honestly, but with the game getting faster, having a more maneuverable paddle is like a big deal because these hands battles are so fast.
Yeah.
Half the time, the damn drives are so fast that if you have like a heavy, slow paddle, like you're not getting a good block on it, you know? So, so that's sort of a response to the game state and the meta and way people are playing, but also just to, you know, like I said, the sport is maturing. And along with the sport maturing, the player base is maturing. They're starting to understand things better. And yeah, you can always add weight, but you can't take it away. And there's something to be said for companies who, and I see this quite a bit too, who try to make a paddle that plays great out of the box and they add stability in, they add internal weighting, or whatever it may be. And they say, like, this is a paddle. We're not going to recommend you add weight. If you want to, sure, but it's going to play great right out of the box. So both approaches are valid. And oftentimes it's just a matter of like marketing and education for your customers so that they understand, hey, this paddle's kind of meant to be customized, make it yours, or this paddle plays great out of the box, try it stock first, you know, for a while and then see if it needs anything else.
Yeah.
So those are my reasons. The factories have gotten more efficient with their process. The consumers have gotten more savvy and nerdy, you know, and what else? You know, I forgot them all already.
I just want to let you know, I didn't yawn one time during that.
Oh, we didn't have to put the yawn counter on?
Time.
Well, we started a little earlier tonight.
Off the dome. Yeah, so I would echo that I'm one of those people who likes a lighter paddle stock because I want to be able to, you know, have a lower swing weight because I can easily bump up twist weight. But as soon as I, you know, add a certain amount of weight to add up twist weight, it's going to affect the swing weight. And once you get past a certain, you know, threshold of height or, you know, targeted weighting, you still are going to increase the swing weight enough to where it's kind of outside of that realm of comfortability or preference.
Right. Yeah.
It's definitely a trend I'm liking to see because I'd rather my paddle come in a little light than a little too heavy. So
So perfect example, by the way, this happened to me recently. The Vatic Saga Flash. Really like that paddle. However, mine's like 117 point something, almost 118 swing weight, which is like higher than my preference personally.
Yeah.
And I feel like it could use a little more stability. So I want to add weight to add stability, but I'm like, I can't add weight because then it's going to end up being too slow. The balance is already kind of high for me. So I'm like, all that just means that this is probably not the paddle for me.
Yeah.
You know. However, if it came in a little lower and lighter, and then you can add to it, then you can make it fit a little bit better.
Yeah.
So here's one thing though I want to say about weight and manufacturing and making light paddles. Okay, one of the very first ways that factories will try to make a paddle lighter to hit a target weight is to put crappy little inserts in the handle, because those squishy little light foam inserts for the handle, you know, the shape, the pallets, are very light. So you will cut static weight by doing that. It's not worth it, because if you're going to add weight anywhere in the paddle, add it to the handle, and it's actually not very noticeable. So I would just say that too.
Take it easy there, bro.
Anyway, so don't worry about adding weight in the handle. If you're a brand out there and you want to, you know, make a paddle and hit a target weight, but you're like, man, I want to actually put a really nice molded handle in there. Yes, please do. Oh, and that's going to add a few grams, 5 to 7 grams. Do it, because adding 5 to 7 grams in the handle is not noticeable, and in fact will bring the balance point down, which makes the paddle feel more maneuverable.
Yeah.
So that's a trap. That's a trap card. You know, trying to make a paddle lighter by making it have a crappy handle. Anyway, that's my weekly rant on crappy handles.
Yeah. We're going to have to
seeing
start
some new
charging for
handles come
these
in.
free consultations you're giving to everybody who watches this.
Yeah, I don't know. Hey, but speaking of free consultations, I think we're going to see some good handles coming into the market. And I'm not saying it's because of me.
Yeah.
But also Chris complains about handles a lot too. So
Yeah.
well, maybe with our powers combined, we can get some
He told me you
brands
paid
to
him
make
to say
good
that.
handles. What?
I said he told me you paid him to say that. I'm just kidding.
Yeah, honestly, yeah.
We don't bribe anybody. Anyway, all right, man. Well, NERDTOWN, dude, we nerded it up. I feel like we talked, dude. We're an hour in. This was supposed to be a short podcast.
That's how it goes.
Yeah.
By the way, guys, if you have any NERDTOWN topics, anything you want me to dive into, please comment it. If it's more interesting than the stuff that Lewis came up with, I'll actually do some research.
Mine was very
rant
interesting.
about it off the dome. Just kidding.
That was the best NERDTOWN topic of all time.
But actually, it is hard to keep coming up with topics weekly.
Yeah.
So if you have some stuff, please put it in the description. And, we might end up revisiting a few of the things that we talked about, like in the first 5 to 10 episodes, because this has been a while and there's some updates, and who knows who's watched those, and don't go back and watch them because the quality is really bad. So
they're fine, dude. The audio sounds great. That's all that matters. This is a podcast.
That's actually true.
This is a podcast.
That's actually true.
Well, sweet. Anything else before we leave, man? You got anything?
Nope. I'm ready to get probed. Ready to play with this. I want to try it out now. You said this is your new main, so I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah, it's I hope everybody. I've heard similar feelings about it. Isaac said he really liked it, which is, if that is about the highest praise any hybrid shape paddle can get.
Yeah, in a non-elongated. But he is the Shogun boy, and it's kind of, similar to Shogun.
Yeah.
I'm actually about to go eat some of this right now, so we'll see. I'll have to report back on the Flamin' Saucer.
Well, on that note, this has been episode 23, dude. We're getting up there of the Pickleball Pursuit podcast. I'm your host, Lewis. This is my co-host, Justin, with Pickleball, etc. If you have any questions, comment them down in the comment section below. We'll try to address them in a future podcast episode. Until next time, we'll see you soon. Peace.